My brother-in-law kept making jokes about my weight at family dinners, so I made sure everyone saw the photos from his business trips. Garrett had been married to my sister for 8 years, and for 6 of those years, he'd made me his personal entertainment. It started small, comments about second helpings, suggestions I try his wife's yoga class, but after Mom died and family dinners became sacred, his jokes got meaner. Better get Nora a reinforced chair, he'd announce when I walked in. The family would laugh nervously while I forced a smile. Dad would change the subject, but the damage was done. Last Thanksgiving, he outdid himself. As I reached for the mashed potatoes, he grabbed my wrist. "Whoa there, Moby, leave some for the rest of us." My nephew, barely 6, giggled. My sister looked mortified, but said nothing. Again. That night, I decided I'd had enough. I'd always been the family IT person, fixing computers, recovering deleted files, setting up streaming services. What no one knew was that I'd also been maintaining Garrett's phone and laptop for years. He was technologically hopeless and trusted me completely, which meant I had access to everything. For months, I'd watched him delete photos after his business trips to Portland. Photos that definitely weren't conference rooms or client meetings. Photos of him with a redhead in hotel beds, restaurants, her apartment. Screenshots of dating app conversations where he called my sister, the old ball and chain. I spent 2 weeks preparing. I created a shared photo album titled Garrett's Portland Adventures and loaded it with every incriminating image I'd recovered. The metadata showed dates, locations, even GPS coordinates. Christmas dinner arrived. 23 family members packed into Dad's dining room. Garrett started early, commenting on my festive red dress being a bit snug. When I stood to help clear dishes, he patted his belly. Good thing Nora's doing the heavy lifting. She's got the muscle for it. My teenage cousin snorted. My sister stared at her plate. I smiled sweetly. Speaking of heavy lifting, Garrett, I finally organized all those work photos from your laptop. Would everyone like to see what you've been up to in Portland? His face went white. That's not... I'd already connected my phone to Dad's smart TV. These business conferences look so fun. The first photo filled the 75-inch screen. Garrett and the redhead, very naked, very clearly not discussing quarterly reports. My sister gasped. Dad choked on his wine. Garrett lunged for the remote, but my cousin was faster, cranking up the volume as I narrated. This one's from the Hilton in November, and here's the same conference in October and September. Wow, Garrett, you're really dedicated to continuing education. The room erupted. My sister was screaming. Garrett was denying everything while trying to physically grab my phone. Dad was shouting at everyone to calm down. I kept clicking. Restaurant photos where he'd told my sister he was in boring client dinners. Weekend getaways during emergency meetings. Screenshots of him complaining about my sister's boring life and dead bedroom. The final photo was their Christmas tree, the redhead's apartment, yesterday's date stamp. Same ornaments I'd helped my sister pick out for their house. Looks like Portland's really embracing the holiday spirit, I said. Garrett finally got his hands on the remote, but it was too late. Aunts were crying. Uncle Tommy was standing up, looking ready to fight. My teenage cousins were recording everything on their phones. "Delete those videos," Garrett demanded, jabbing his finger at them. My cousin smirked. "Too late. Already posted to TikTok." My sister sat frozen, staring at the blank TV. Finally, she looked at me. "How long have you known?" 6 months, I admitted. I was waiting for the right moment. She nodded slowly, then turned to Garrett. "Get out. Honey, we can work through. Get out." He grabbed his coat and stormed toward the door, stopping to glare at me. "You vindictive bitch. You've destroyed my marriage." I smiled and took a bite of pie. "No, Garrett. I just made sure everyone could see what you destroyed yourself. But hey, at least now you won't have to worry about my weight at family dinners anymore." As his car pulled away, my sister hugged me tight. "Thank you," she whispered. Dad raised his glass. "To Nora, for taking out the trash." 22 voices toasted in agreement. Best Christmas ever.